like John Travolta. They even had their own TV shows.
Thank you, and welcome to Romeo and Juliet here in Doncaster for the EMI Yorkshire television final of the Disco Dancing Championship.
I mean, they became actually addictive viewing, didn't they? Because everything was so fast, and obviously everybody had to outdo each other as far as gymnastics. It's just like how many somersaults you can do and how many spins round and whatever.
And their face never moved from staring at the camera, but their body would spin 360 degrees, and they'd go like that, and they would have spun round 4 times.
I'm not too sure, but you're just not the same. We gotta find us a way.
I remember a guy called Grant Santino, I think his name was, who just used to stand there and shake. And he was the world disco dancing champion for wiggling his legs really quickly.
I got better and better and better every week because I was living, eating, breathing disco. I was lucky enough to win my area heat at Watford, and I went through to the big final in London and was broadcast on the Bruce Forsyth show every week.
Yes, it's time for the final of the United Kingdom Disco Championships. These are the 3 finalists, and tonight we are going to declare the winner. The 3 are Grant Santino, Maria Eldridge, and Tony Evans. Who's won? Well, that's the difficult decision facing tonight's judges, who are creator of the hot gossip dance group, Arlene Phillips.
Grant Santino was phenomenal. I mean, not only could he dance, but he could throw in all kinds of gymnastics into his dance. You know, in the middle of doing a dance step, you suddenly throw in a backflip, and then as cool as can be, you go on moving.
Now, hang on a minute. If you're in a disco, you sort of just go like that. But no way you're going to win a disco dancing competition by doing that. I should have given it a go, shouldn't I? I said, and what is Mr. Riveron going to do? Just this. No, sorry, you've not won. Who's won? The guy flip-flacking across the flipping stage. He's won. Yes, of course he has.
Until they turn around and say, and in first place, you know, it doesn't actually sink in. So it's something I'll never forget.
The winner is Grant Santino. Give it to Grant.
I remember I was doing a gig in, I think it was Peterborough, and they had a huge poster up and it said, "Move over Travolta, Santino has arrived," which I thought was very amusing.
Are you ready for this? Do you like it? Do you like it like this? Are you ready?
The place where every self-respecting disco dancing champion wanted to go was the Queen of Clubs, New York's Studio 54.
I went to Studio 54 once. I had the most incredible, fabulous time.
It was thrilling, absolutely thrilling.
Push, push in the bush.
I'd never seen anything like it in my life.
It was the first time I'd seen men kissing each other, seen joint smoke and seen coke taken.
Studio was where the beautiful people came to get down on it. If you were lucky, you might even spill Liza Minnelli's Tia Maria.
You could see, in any given night, people like Travolta, Al Pacino, Andy Warhol, Bianca Jagger, Michael Jackson, Rod Stewart, Cher, Diana Ross, you name it.
Difficult to know what it is exactly that attracts people here. All that one can be absolutely sure of is that it isn't the conversation.
Strangely, conversation was the last thing on people's minds.
We were drinking, we were doing the drugs, we were making laugh all over the place.
And there was no limits. If you wanted to take your clothes off and dance, take your clothes off and dance. If you want to go upstairs and have sex, go upstairs and have sex.
Are you ready?
I went up there by accident, and it was an orgy scene, literally an orgy scene. And then downstairs were just kind of people just taking drugs really openly. It was unbelievable.
Sex in the toilets, actually not even the toilets, on the dance floor in front of you, you know, coke sniffing sort of like everywhere. Because in those days, of course, cocaine wasn't addictive, and everyone swore that it wasn't addictive, so you could take as much of it as possible. And we did.
So I get back that evening, scribble home to my mother, "Oh, Mummy, this is what I've done." Blah, 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 blah. You know, my mother's on the phone a week later, "Get back home."
In one respect, Studio was just like Cinderella's back home. If your name wasn't down, you weren't coming in.
Oh, you're not shaved, there's no way in hell you can get in. It doesn't matter if you're not shaved. Listen, just go home.
They would do anything to get into the studio. They'd try to offer us money. They'd offer us drugs. Girls would offer you sexual favors, you know, let us in, we'll do anything. What do you mean by anything, you know? And they proceed to give you the dictionary interpretation of anything.
Even disco's rising stars couldn't be sure of getting into Studio.
Our names weren't on the list. And no matter how hard we tried, we couldn't get in. So we went back to my place and we had a couple of bottles of champagne, and next thing you know, we start playing this riff. Down, down. And we just go, fuck off. Fuck off. My partner, he goes, "You know this shit is happening, right?"
Have you heard about the new dance craze?
Rechristened Freak Out, it became one of many anthems from the Beatles of disco, the mighty Chic.
By everyone, it's up to you. Surely it can be done. Young and old, I'm doing it, I'm told. Just one try.
People look how musically illiterate in the sense of don't play instruments often look down their noses at things like disco music. I've been trying to teach myself the riffs to most of the Chic records for the best part of 20 years now. It's musically phenomenally complicated. These guys are two of the hottest musicians imaginable, but they carry their learning really lightly. Chic just wanted to get on with the idea of, you know, getting down, yowza, in the groove.
Yowza, yowza, yowza. I wanna play with you.
When you talk about disco music, forget the others. They're all pretenders to the Chic throne. I mean, Chic were not just a disco band; they were the funkiest disco band.
Yowza, yowza, yowza. I wanna play with you.
I mean, he's a genius, Nile Rodgers. He created a